This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2022 Coachman Catalina Summit Series travel trailer. And the model number is 184 BHS. Okay? So this is not a sales video or a floor plan video. It's a how-to video. So I'm just going to take you around the trailer and show you how some of the features work. Okay? First of all, you have regular scissor type stabilizers. Takes a 3/4 inch crank or a 3/4 inch socket on a drill to raise them and lower them. You have a griddle here that runs on LP gas. If you look down here, there's a quick connect for the LP system here. So before you can use this griddle, you have to plug this end of this male end of the hose. Let me see if I can get it free. This male end of the hose right here goes down here, and then of course the female goes on the back of the griddle. So you have to plug that in before you can use it. And of course this is a just a sprayer, water sprayer. It's got a quick connect on it right here. I'll show you where that hooks up when we get to it. Okay, so we also have a regular AC refrigerator. Alright. You have a power awning with a LED strip that's colored. You have a remote that changes the color inside. Outside speakers. Now this is a vent for the range hood. So if you're going to vent to the outside, you want to open this baffle by pushing these tabs in and up. That way this baffle will flap freely when you're venting to the outside. Otherwise you could just keep it shut. Okay, when you're traveling or in storage, whatever. But when you're venting to the outside, you want that baffle flapping freely. So the most common way to get water to the trailer is your city water hookup. Now that's on the other side of the trailer. This right here is your fresh water tank fill. So if you're going camping on a campsite that does not have plumbing, you can pre-fill this tank, and you can use the electric water pump to pump the water. Everything will work as though you have city water, even though you'll be pumping it from the tank. Of course, if you have city water hookup, you don't have to worry about this at all. Your fresh water drain back there, and these are the low points of your plumbing. That has to do with winterizing. That's your low points. Your hitch is right here. It's a Husky centerline weight distribution hitch with built-in sway control, so it's a good one. We'll show you how it operates when you pick up. Okay. You have just a crank type tongue jack. You've got a 20-pound LP tank with a regulator. You have one deep cycle marine battery, and this is the kill switch for the battery. If you're going to put it into storage, you can shut it off. Otherwise, you leave it on so it charges and everything. Okay. This is your shore cord here. It's 30 amp, 30 feet long. This is the crank I told you about for the stabilizers. Okay. The type of slide out you have is commonly referred to as a Schwintek, just so you know. It's owned by Lippert now, and they call it a wall slide or something like that. But people still refer to it as a Schwintek slide, so you can tell by the two gear tracks on each side. Okay. So this is your city water hookup right here. It's the most common way to get water to the trailer. You just put the hose on there, turn it on, and you're all set. Okay. Now this up here is a black tank flush. Got some caulk on it here. So after you dump your black tank, which is this one here, toilet water and waste. Of course your gray tank is sink and shower water. After you dump the black tank, you can leave the valve open, and then you can screw the hose on it, the dump station on here, screw it on there, turn it on, and it'll flush out your tank, spray off the sensor so you get a good accurate reading, that sort of thing. So if there's a working hose at the dump station, one that hasn't been run over or anything like that, you should use it. The main thing is if you have a hose you can use at the dump station, then always use it and flush it. It's like I said, it keeps the sensors clean. It's just a whole all around better thing. That's your 30 amp hookup for your shore cord, your power cord. This is just cable or satellite through right there. You can see it's pre-wired for a backup camera, so if you ever want to add a backup camera, it goes right there. It takes a Furion camera, the one that fits in that housing. Okay, this is where that hose sprayer I showed you about, it goes right here, and that way you can hose things down, kids and dogs and feet, whatever you have. This is your hot water. This is your water heater and hot water tank. So the thing to know about this, the switches operated on gas are inside, but right here is a switch. See, it's rocker on and off. This switch controls the electric heating element that's behind this cover here. So that's where you turn on the electricity. You never run it without water in it. This has water in it right now. It's in camping mode now. The antifreeze has been purged out and it's all ready to camp. But if you ever drain your water heater, like right here, it takes an 1 1/16 6-point socket, and that's where you would drain it. It's also got an anode right on the back. Be careful when you're screwing it in not to strip it. Always get it started with your fingers before you put a wrench on it. So let's say you're camping in the spring, but you're not going on another trip till the fall. Well, you're probably going to want to drain your black or your hot water tank. So you drain it right here. Just remember, when you're getting ready to camp, make sure you fill it before you turn the heating element on. It's very important because it'll burn out in just a minute or so. So it's important to remember to always fill it before you turn it on. Now the switch to operating on gas is inside the trailer. I'll show you that when we get in there. Okay. One other thing while we're out here, the manufacturer states that you should inspect the roof every 90 days. So you need to go up there, have somebody go up there, check all the sealant, make sure there's no cracking or separation where water can get in. Make sure there's been no damage to the roofing attachments or the roofing material by low branches or road debris flying up there. Just give it a good inspection. Odds are you won't have to do anything for a long, long time, but that's why you inspect it, just to make sure. That way you don't get caught off guard. You're just protecting your investment. Okay. All right. So we'll start with the control panel here. So interior and exterior lights are on right here. To turn your water pump on, it's right here. Remember, the water pump is used to pump water out of the fresh water tank when you don't have city water. It's also used to winterize the trailer. And your heater, this is how you turn the gas on, right there. I showed you the electric switch in the lower left-hand corner out there, but this is the gas switch here. Your awning, extend and retract. Your slide, extend and retract. Never leave the awning out unattended. If you're not going to be at the campsite, roll it in. And then, of course, you have your different levels. You can check them there. So right now your black tank, your gray tank are empty. Your freshwater tank has water in it because we're propping it. Okay. Your battery we're running on battery right now. We're not actually plugged into shore power, so you're on good right now. And of course you have a Bluetooth connection right there. So there is an app for this, I'm sure. When it comes to your radio, it has AM FM radio. It has Bluetooth, so you can stream wirelessly with your phone or tablet. You can stream off a USB stick right here. Put all your albums on one drive and take them with you. This HDMI is an in case you need to go into the system. Okay, and you also have 2 speaker zones, 1 and 2. 1 is inside the trailer, 2 is outside the trailer. Okay. All righty. So you jackknife this flat, but just by pulling it down here and flattening it out, then you can drop the bed over it. So the Murphy bed it's a great thing because it makes a smaller trailer seem much more like a larger trailer. You just basically lose the bed space at night, but then in the day you can reclaim it and actually have a sofa to sit on there. So it's actually a great idea for a trailer, in my opinion. Okay, so this is your microwave. Works like any other microwave. This is the range hood vent I told you about. If you're going to vent, like so, you want to open the baffle on the outside. You also have a light there. This switch here is to turn your refrigerator on. The refrigerator runs on 12 volts, so 12 volt DC. So always remember that you need to turn it on. Okay. This is your stove top. It's very simple. I don't know if these got the gas on or not, but we'll see. You're just going to turn this and light it. Well, there you go, right there. It's that simple. So to light it, you depress it like that. Okay. Very simple. Also has a light on it. Your thermostat is right here. It's an analog thermostat. You always want it to, here, when you turn it on, it goes on immediately, right? So you want to click it like that to shut it off, or else it'll keep running. So make sure you click it that way to shut it off. Now you can hang a TV here, so they have this plug, plus this is a signal booster for the digital antenna. If you're using the antenna, you always want that green light to be on like that. Okay? If not, you won't get a good picture. Alright. So, this device here is a power converter. So this converts AC to DC power. So you have regular AC 120 circuit breakers here, just like you'd have at home. And they're labeled. So this is like a power center here, distribution panel. After that, the 120 AC is converted to 12 volt DC on this side. So you got all your fuses here, and then you have the two masters here. If you ever lose all the 12 volt side, everything goes dead on the 12 volt side, always check these two masters, because that's what it's going to be, one or both of those. It's just doing its job basically. So also when you're plugged in, this is a battery tender, so it'll always keep your battery charged also when you're plugged into shore power. So it converts AC to DC power, and that charges your battery. Okay. Now this is carbon monoxide LP gas detector. It should always be green, like it is. If not, get it serviced. If it goes off, you're just going to take everybody outside, leave the door open, shut the gas off at the front, figure out what's going on, okay? And if it's not green, get it serviced, because it's important. Alright, so I'm not going to actually do it here. Let me see what I can get going here. Hold on. Maybe I can. No, I can't with this all that's on here. So if you pull this panel up right here underneath this mattress, in the back you can get to the water heater. The reason I'm telling you that, because there's bypass valves on the water heater. When you're winterizing, if you don't know this, you have to bypass the water heater before you pump antifreeze in. So that's where that's done, just so you know. When it comes to the water pump itself, you have to remove this drawer. You remove them just by pushing this little tab in opposite directions there, and you just pull the drawer right out. There you'll find the winterizing hose and the valve and the water pump. Okay. Alright. Okay, so the bathroom, sink and shower work like any other sink and shower. Keep in mind that this is a GFCI plug here. All the plugs in the trailer, even the one outside, are wired through a GFCI. So if you're using a coffee pot outside and it pops, you're going to reset it right here. Just because it doesn't look like a GFCI plug, these other ones, they're still wired through this one, okay? Always run your fan with the shower to pull the humidity out. Now the toilet, if you don't know RV toilets, let me get in a better position here if I can. Alright, so let me do this. There's the flush pedal right there. Okay? So you can't use this dry. By dry, that's residual pressure there. I'm talking about the black tank, which is directly below. So after you pull in the campground, you hook up your water and your power and everything. You'll come in here, you'll put one dose of chemical in the toilet bowl, then you'll step on the pedal and water will be swirling around and go into the black tank below along with the chemical. You want to put at least a gallon in there. Some people use more, it's up to you. But the main thing is you have to have chemical and water in the black tank before you start using it, otherwise the smell will be terrible and it can also get clogged up, so make sure you take care of that. Okay. Let me look and see if I forgot anything else here. This table, you can pull the poles out and drop it, the tabletop down onto these cleats here and turn this into a bed. The controls for your air conditioner are right here. This is thermostat, and the blue side is air conditioning, and the other side is this gray side is just the fan running. The fan is the air conditioner running without the compressor, so it just circulates air. Of course, and this is full air conditioning on that side. Alright, so let me look around a bit more. See if I forgot anything. I think I've got it. This has got all the literature from the trailer with it, or in it I should say. That's where you can learn about anything. Your remote control is right there. Okay. Okay, so I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Keep in mind that manufacturer states you inspect the roof every 90 days. That's important. People generally don't inspect the roof enough, so take care of that. And like I said earlier, this is in camping mode now. The antifreeze has been purged out. there's water in the system and it's ready to go. Okay? Thank you.